Hey, welcome back to the Disney Plus Everyday Challenge, and today we have queens, and this is a National Geographic documentary series about the queens of Africa, mainly the lions and tigers and bears. No bears, but lions, hyenas. I imagine we'll get to elephants at some point. So you're pictured there. Oh, there are bears. Okay, so I don't know, maybe there's queens all over. I don't know. This first episode takes place in Africa, and who better to narrate this than Queen Ramonda of Wakanda herself, Angela Bassett. She is the narrator for the series, mixed with a lot of kind of modern female vocal, like pop tunes. I don't want to call them pop tunes, but they're really give it an energy that is not your normal documentary. It sort of just, they come in, the music comes in at some point, and it ratchets up the action. Now, this is also not your normal documentary. It's one of those animal dramas. They even say that at the very end in the credits. It's where they take footage that they filmed, beautiful footage. This is from 2024. This is brand new. And it's a series. It's, how many episodes? It's 7 episodes. African queens, okay. Rainforest queens. Tiny jungle queens. Savannah queens. Mountain queens. Coastal queens. And behind the queens, hey, there's Angela herself. So, yeah, this is, I guess there's a little documentary about the show at the very end. I don't know. But, yeah, so who better? Angela, she lends a certain gravitas, as if you need an animal documentary series to have more gravitas. Well, she gives it to it. She has a great dramatic voice that makes it sound more interesting than it is sometimes. And honestly, there's some pretty horrible things that go on in the animal kingdom. We've seen this in other documentaries about Africa, about lions, about so many different things. They live just terrifying lives. Okay, so this is obviously focused on the female gender of the lions out there, and hyenas. That's the first episode. It's mainly lions and hyenas, and we follow the lives of the pack of female lions as they protect their little ones, their cubs, from male lions. Yeah, there's a male lion who shows up they have to worry about a male lion showing up every so often to, one, mate with them and kill their existing cubs because competition, I guess? Yeah. So, there is a sequence in this where, yeah, he goes in and the ladies try to distract him as much as possible while one of them secrets away the cubs. Unfortunately, there's like 5 of the cubs, and one of them doesn't make it. They don't show it, but it's still just unsettling that that's just the way it works. But hey, it's nature. That's, I guess. At one point, I'm gonna spoil this for you, but one of the mama lions, the mama of the remaining 4 actually mates with the killer of one of her cubs just to protect the other 4. I know it sounds like it's out of a soap opera, like it's a soap opera plot, and who knows? I mean, this stuff we've known this kind of stuff for a while. Scientists who observe these creatures have known this kind of thing for a while, and I imagine TV writers or movie writers are just like, hey, let's take some of those elements and put them into a Lifetime movie. There's murder, and then she mates with the killer. It feels like a soap opera. Somewhere in the same general area of that part of Africa, in a crater that sort of surrounds something from the sky, must have created that crater many millions of years ago, and now there's a lush savanna, I guess, that they all live in. There's hyenas, and the hyenas, the female hyenas, are the leaders of any pack. It's a very much a patriarchy, and it's kind of like the lions. The male lions sort of do their business and go at one point until they find somebody else to take on. to father things. With the hyenas, it's important to have a lot of females because the females will take over. And technically the youngest that you have will eventually become queen if you're queen, unless somebody challenges your standing and maybe kills off your children, your daughters. At one point, yes, there's a sequence like that where a rival comes in and offs one of the young hyena girls. Yeah, that's a thing. Others that we follow, one that sort of is the sister to the other, the killed hyena cub. We follow her for a while as she tries to fit in and find her place, and again they give them all names and everything else. And obviously, it's not. They have to give them names in order to create a drama, and it's all edited together in a way that makes it more dramatic. It could just be a jumble of footage that somebody goes into an editing room and then makes compelling. And by the way, the footage in this is absolutely gorgeous. It uses a lot of the more modern technology, beyond being probably at least 4K, maybe better. It is, they have cameras that allow them to see at night in color. It's not just, that green stuff which they do use, but there's some sequences where they film some stuff in the dead of night, and can see these animals in color. How they get so close to them is astounding. They could just get some astounding footage of these creatures, and it looks fantastic. Even if you're like, you know what, I'm really not interested in any kind of documentary about any of these animals, I think you could still put it on a big screen and mute it, and you'd miss out on Angela Bassett, but you'd see some just gorgeous, gorgeous shots. And turn your place into an African wilderness. You just see the animals roaming around. So it's not something that I'm like, oh my gosh, I need to see the rest of them, like the Gen X series. Angela Bassett, again, elevates anything she's in, but it's still, I've seen so many animal documentaries in Africa on Disney Plus through National Geographic that it gets redundant. And she has done, I think, other documentaries on National Geographic, so about pretty much these same animals, I think. Not to say that any of it's bad. None of this is bad. It just doesn't really hold my interest as much as some other stuff. So yeah, check it out if this is your thing. If you like Angela Bassett, if you like some really just amazing footage set to a soundtrack that I'm kind of really impressed by. I almost want to look up the soundtrack for this show. It's something I did not expect for a documentary about lions and tigers and bears. Oh my! So, and it is kind of good that they don't just stick with Africa too. They go all over the world. So that's also good. But for now, let's pick something for tomorrow. 208. 208. Okay, another documentary. We're doing a bunch of them in a row here, and we just had done 207 a few days ago, and this is along the same lines. So we're going to be going back to Pride, and we're going to knock out all the Pride stuff before Pride Month, 2 months before Pride Month. But what are you going to do? This is Pride to be Seen. So yeah, it's probably just a single documentary. I can't imagine that it's a multi-episode thing. I don't know. We'll see. Pride to be Seen on the next Disney Plus Everyday Challenge. I'll see you back here tomorrow with that. Bye.